And before we go, as always, let's get you a sneak peek of the political stories that will drive the week to come as our great reporters around the table share some nuggets from the notebooks. Margaret, you had a close seat to the president last night. We'll start with you.
I did. The president last night was still really tired from his Asia trip. He was drinking herbal tea. Yes, but if you'll indulge me, 100 years later, I think he was really struck also by how much that Correspondents Association has changed. 11 members, all white men, started in 1914. There's 237 members now, a very diverse group, about half men and half women on that board. The most interesting dinner wasn't last night, it was in 1941 when FDR used that speech at the dinner to talk to the American people about World War II.
A history lesson. We like that on Inside Politics. Manu?
Rand Paul, the uniter. This is the role that he wants to play after the primary, the May 20th primary for Mitch McConnell. So far, he's endorsed McConnell, but he's kind of taken a lower profile role. Expect once McConnell wins this race, which looks like he will, Rand is going to play a much more aggressive role to bring not just the Tea Party and the Libertarians to McConnell, but also any other of these Matt Bevin supporters to his side. This is going to be incredibly crucial for McConnell. They believe that in order to win this race, those Republican voters need to come back home, the people who right now say they will not vote for Mitch McConnell because he's so unpopular.
So Rand Paul helps at home. It also helps him with his presidential aspirations as well. Not a bad play there. Jonathan?
The big story this week in politics is going to be the Senate primary in North Carolina. And late last week when I was talking to some top GOP strategists, they are cautiously optimistic that Thom Tillis, who's the House Speaker there, can get 40%. That's important because if he gets 40%, that means no runoff in July, which would save the GOP millions of dollars. So if Tillis can get 40.1, then that's good news for the GOP. Otherwise, they're going to have a protracted runoff going into mid-July.
And the Republican food fight would continue there instead of going after the Democratic incumbent. Kay Hagan there. All right, Maggie?
The story that didn't get as much attention as I think it would have otherwise if it had not been this weekend was Virginia Senator Tim Kaine endorsing Hillary Clinton. This had been in the works for a very long time. Remember, the Ready for Hillary group, which put this together, was basically annoying people around Hillary Clinton with these endorsements last year. They didn't want the inevitability. And while they don't coordinate, there are a lot of people around Hillary Clinton right now who see value in having this come out at this moment. And it makes it all feel, as one Democrat put it, much more real in terms of very hard for her to step back and not run.
And you note that sort of starts a clock, that the Democrats are saying we need your decision because if you don't run, a lot of people are mad that the other people haven't had any time to prepare.
That is exactly right. And she is about to embark on this book tour very soon. That also begins the public decision period that we will see before the end of the year.
Let me close, coming back to a bit of what Jonathan Martin talked about. The Republican establishment now thinks it is on the verge of an almost total rout of the Tea Party in these contested primaries around the country. We told you last week about big establishment spending, mostly Chamber of Commerce spending in 5 Senate races. One of them, the North Carolina contest Jonathan just talked about. Look this week for the Chamber of Commerce to spend big again on TV ads in 10 House races, from Massachusetts to New York to Illinois to California. 10 races where there are establishment versus Tea Party challenges. Increasingly, remember when Mitch McConnell talked about crushing the Tea Party? Increasingly now, among the establishment strategists, they are using the word humiliate. They think they can win almost all, if not all, of these primary challenges.